Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to today's edition of the program Midday Discourse. On today's edition of the program, we'll be looking at safety tips. As the festive period draws closer, it is expected that everyone should have clear ideas of how safe the road is during this festive period. We're being joined by the Public Relations Officer of VIO right here, Nigeria's capital city, Abuja, Mr. Kalu Otise. He will be telling us what should and what should not be done, especially this period, as it's expected that people will be traveling to their villages, to their home states of origin, as part of celebration to mark the festive period. These and many more will come your way on today's edition of the program Midday Discourse on Global TV Abuja. And I am Clinton, asking you to join us as we take a break. When we come back, we'll be looking at some of those tips that will enhance your journey, a memorable journey that you can never regret. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by our guests to take a look at how safe our routes are and what we should do, especially those that will be traveling by road, by rail, and of course by air during this special period in humankind. Let's take a break. This is Midday Discourse, and it's coming your way live from Global TV, right here in Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. Please don't go away. Glad to have you on the program Midday Discourse right here on Global TV Abuja. Of course, the movement of goods and services will be on the increase across the country as people will be moving from places to places in order to have celebration with their loved ones, especially with their families. The agencies responsible to ensure the safety of goods and services in the country, the Federal Road Safety Corps, and of course the Vehicle Inspection Officers, popularly known as VIO, have come out with tips that will enhance safety across our major roads in the country this period. They have embarked on a series of campaigns to ensure that people do not involve in carelessness to avoid accident on the road. As the festive season draws near, it is important to point out that traveling safety in Nigeria during this holiday period demands more than just deciding where to go or where to travel. It requires a blueprint of safety for your life and those of others using the highway. This has become very important as travelers' safety should be a fundamental component of the festive season plans as a result of tension in the country. When you are aimed with essential tips on inside safety, it will guide you on how to have your journey effectively to your destination. The Federal Road Safety Corps has cautioned passengers against embarking on night journey during this festive period due to negative consequences on our highway. Of course, some of them include, of course, the research showed us exploit the region you intend to visit, understand local laws, customs, and any safety concern associated with this part of the area that you are embarking to ensure safety among you and your fellow roads users. Stay updated on local news and events. Subscribe to travel advisory and alert from your government or reliable agencies to remain aware of security issues or potential risks in some cases that may cause as a result of traveling. It is expected that before you embark on any journey, you should be fully aware of the safety of that particular environment, especially our route. And of course, it has been established that one major cause of accident on our highway is the state of the driver, followed by the mechanic. I'm talking about the mechanical error, which could be the vehicle, and of course our road network. So it is important for you to have first-hand information of all this so that you will have security. In fact, booking accommodation from reputable sources also confirm that you should also be aware of where you intend to stay during this safety period. It has always been a challenge in most melting point, perhaps a motor park or terminal, where the issue of overloading has always been a major problem, and people insisting that they must travel at a particular time or a particular vehicle to a particular destination, and sometimes overweighing the car and making it quite difficult for the driver to even control. On the part of our road, most of our roads are not as good as expected, and so it's expected that the driver should first of all have a clear sign and understanding on the road. The issue of night journey has been totally condemned by NEMA, talking about the Nigeria Management Agency, National Agency, the Federal Road Safety, as well as VAO have all embarked on campaign to ensure that our roads are safe during this period. We also heard that the National Union of Road Workers Association are also planning to mobilize to ensure safety of goods and services during this period. Of course, this is the period where a lot of transit involves goods and services. So we'll be trying to see if we can, of course, let you know what is important, that this is not a period where if you are traveling, you should embark on carrying goods beyond the capacity of the said vehicle. That the road safety officials have been positioned or are planning to be redeployed in certain part of the highways to ensure compliance. And this type of compliance, it comes with sanction. And to that end, mobile courts have been established to enhance restriction and, of course, penalty with those that will violate the law of driving under the Nigerian law during this festive period. Midday Discourse right here on Global TV, Nigeria's capital city, and we're taking a look at the festive period movement of goods and services, and we are bringing on board some of those tips that you need to know. The issue of I must or we must travel on a specific day sometimes has resulted to fatal accident in some part of the city. That is not good enough. Let's take another break. When we come back, hopefully, we'll be joined by Mr. Kalu Otise, who is the Public Relations Officer of Vehicle Inspection Office right here in Nigeria's capital city, popularly known as VIO. Let's take a break. When we come back, there is more on safety as you travel during this festive period. Don't go away. Glad to welcome you back on the program Midday Discourse right here in Nigeria's capital city. On today's edition of the program, we are providing tips that will enhance our safety during this festive period across the country. It has been established that this is a movement during this period is on high demand, and the road will be busy throughout the period. First of all, words just for you to know that it's also prone to risks during this period. So families and passengers are advised to strict to compliance with the authority like the federal road safety tips. On this program, let's just afford you some of the essential that you need to know before embarking on any journey. Carry a list of essential contact, including local emergency services, your country embassy, of course, maybe a resort embassy, but try as much as possible to have certain contact, and that will help if there is any need of emergency. Learn key phrases in the local language or enhance your movement. This could be done perhaps for those on the international transit, but at home here, it simply means that you should be properly prepared for journey, and by having to have some certain contact of especially when that form is given to you, the manifest form by the motorist or the authority. All you need to do is to put in reliable and correct information. This could help if there is any reason for eventuality. Be aware of your surrounding, crowding places, festive, or even avoid overcrowding area to prevent accident or potential stampede. Of course, there will be a lot of events across the country. My brothers will call it Owambe, and so we are asking you that try as much as to stay clear from highly populated environment. Issue of stampede is so common, and try to be very, very vigilant throughout this period. And so if you are going to board a car in the motor park or along the street, which is not accepted, it's expected that for you and your family, the best place you can ensure safety is to go to a reliable motor park, especially those ones that are really, really approved by government. And of government, we talk about the FCT government, which is our first point of duty. Of course, you should be able to proudly go to Jabi Park if you live at that axis. I'm also been told that Cuba also have one. Those from the Maraba axis also have one in Nyanya, and of course Airport Road. So try as much as possible to avoid boarding vehicles along the street or along the corner of the road. It's not safe. It's better you go to a motor park, a terminal, and get yourself safe to embark on your journey. And the issue of overloading also, it's also on board, and the Federal Road Safety have also said it will be proper for you not to embark, what they say, put all your eggs in one basket. Ensure that you could, if you're 10 of you want to travel, you could divide it to 3 pending, and then see so that you can move gradually to the next point of duty. One other aspect of people is that people travel a lot with cash. The Federal Road Safety have advised that with the help of the cashless society and with the availability of machines and internet all over the country, you could just travel with just a little, perhaps for emergency sake, and then save your money, and then travel and meet your money wherever you are going, because the CBN has made that possible. And this is the area of a cashless society. This is because so that you do not fall victim during this period, and those who will come to help sometime are not after assisting, but assisting in a way that they could even get you robbed. So it is better you do not travel huge amount of money for your own safety and the safety of your family. Of course, we are also aware that you can as well send your items, your goods and services could be delivered in advance. All you need to do is to take them to some of these dispatch homes or dispatch places and then send these goods along ahead of you a day or two, and then you can pick it when you arrive, because it's quite challenging if you're traveling. Of course, I know that my people sometimes travel 3 bags of rice, and a journey of 6 hours is quite hectic. So all you need to do is you could be able to send the rice ahead of time and then call some of your relatives to pick it up before you arrive, because it's quite challenging for you to travel with that amount of load, and this period is quite challenging. Of course, also ensure that your driver is also at the best of state of the mind, because at that moment you are alive, your entire saving is on the hand of the driver. So all you need to do is to less distraction on the driver and focus, ensure that the driver doesn't carry overload. I'm surprised to see a situation where passengers are the one even trying to influence the driver with money to say a vehicle that is originally assigned to carry 1 passenger, sometimes you end up carrying additional 3 passengers plus the driver, making it 4. That is quite challenging. If there's any reason of crash, it will be very, very difficult for the driver to maneuver, because the high number of people in the front seat is quite challenging. And then we also understand the issue. People move with gallons of kinds of fuel from one point to another. We have been told by the ministry, of course, the NNPC, availability of fuel during this period, so you do not need any gallon to have fuel. So if you're entering a car, ensure you inspect some of these things, because they are very, very, very important, because in any case they could cause serious damage. Ensure you enter a car that is about 80% fit for that journey. And if you're embarking on a long journey, why not leave your home or your venue early enough? There's no need going to commence a journey that will last for 10 hours and you find yourself in the park around 10 o'clock in the morning or 11 o'clock, hoping that you'll arrive to where you're going 1 a.m. No, that's not right. That's not right. All you need to do is to ensure you leave home in time, so that you can be able to enter a good vehicle and arrive where you are going in time. These are just some tips that will put you up at this special moment as you intend to travel. There will be movement across the country, from the north to the south to the east to the west. People will be moving for reasons, of course, wedding anniversary, wedding, in-laws, having risen, classmate meeting, reunion will take place, and it will require a lot of movement. So Global TV, this beautiful afternoon, we are advising you to have first-hand tips, information on safety as you move throughout the period. Let's take another break. When we come back, we have more for you, because your safety is our concern, right here on Midday Discourse, on today's edition of the program, right here on Global TV. Let's take another break. When we come back, there'll be more tips on you. Please don't go away. Strongly believe that you are taking down some of the tips that we are making them available to you as you embark on your journey this beautiful period. Here are some more tips that will put you on the safer side, as you travel. Do not use your mobile phone while driving or making or receiving calls. I am told that every Nigerian, about 80% of Nigerians, are guilty of this. Driving and then making call, having divided attention. The job of driving is quite an important job and requires 100% attention. So it is not good, because sometimes The conversation could be alarming, it could be quite dangerous, and that will distract you and could cause accident not only to you but to other road users. So it's proper you park, and when parking, park at a very, very, very safe place. Of course, making or receiving calls, even using a hand-free phone can distract your attention. Some argue that the use of a hand-free mechanism could be okay, but of course recent research shows that it is another great means of distracting, because the information that comes through the phone must be digested by you and could put you at risk. Of course, attention from driving could lead to accident. Belt up at the back, don't drink or drive, slow down. Of course, in most part of the city here, we have the zebra crossing, and we are told that a lot of Nigerians are yet to fully understand the zebra crossing. One typical one is just in front of the Eagle Square, adjacent to the National Assembly. There is one zebra crossing there that I know very well. And in several cases, oftentimes, Nigerians do not understand or do not slow down for pedestrians to have a walk. Even the pedestrians are beginning to know that it is not safe for you to implement the pedestrian means of movement, because pedestrians are given opportunity to also have their right to exercise their right, but sometimes it's quite difficult in this part of the country. So we advise that you take measures as you travel. Now, the issue of traveling by night is another major one. There are so many consequences of traveling by night. It is hard and difficult for any assistant to come by night, like first aid if there's an accident. It is also difficult for the vehicle to be repaired in the night if you have the breakdown. It is challenging because armed robbers could easily attack you during the night. It is another big problem because you can't even have what is needed. For example, if your car has overheat, you require water, you don't even know where to find this water. It is difficult, and you cannot even find water because you don't even know who sells water or the nearest pipe bomb water. So the best means of traveling, globally is the daytime, and so you avoid traveling by night. It's quite dangerous and it's not acceptable. Before we go, let's come back to the Federal Capital Territory and look at the provision of pedestrian bridge and the implementation. How many of us in Nigeria's capital city are in the habit of using the pedestrian bridge? In some part of the city, especially in Kubwa Express, it is like a shop or a supermarket where goods are being displayed. A typical one is the one close to Gwarimpa here. You find that hawkers have taken the entire pedestrian bridge. When the pedestrian bridge were initially introduced by the Federal Capital Territory Administration, a group of the one we call the physical challenge, demanded that they needed a pedestrian bridge which is acceptable, which is can give them access. And the government of FCT has been able to put 7 on such a pedestrian bridge. One is in between the Sheraton Hotel and the Yaradua Center. We also have one at the junction called the Wuye Junction. We have one at the Charlie Boy, before the Charlie Boy Junction, there is one there. We also have one across a little bit close to Area 3. This pedestrian bridge are motorable. For example, a bike could ride on it easily, and it is meant especially for those on wheelchair. But you find out that hawkers have taken over the places, and just to draw the attention of the authority that some of them will need light in the night because it's not safe. We've been told of robbery attack in such places because at night it is very, very, very dark. But in the daytime, a lot of people have not been using, and that has forced the Federal Capital Territory to embark on putting on certain fences along Area 1. There's a stretch of fence from Area 1 up to somewhere close to Area 7 flyover, all for the safety of residents of the Federal Capital Territory. It is not advisable for you to embark on a marathon race to cross the big gutters, to cross over to the right side when you have a pedestrian bridge. Please, it is good for you to use the pedestrian bridge, and all you need to do is to take a walk to the nearest pedestrian bridge. It's very, very important. There is one here somewhere across the Mabuchi where you have the Grichery village. That one has a lot of accident because people have refused to embark, to make use of this beautiful pedestrian bridge, courtesy of the Federal Capital Territory and the Road Infrastructure Department of the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing. Tips on safety on your way as you embark on the journey in this special festive period, where it's expected that the roads will be very, very, very busy. And Global TV will be working alongside NEMA and Federal Road Safety to ensure that our brothers and sisters, especially residents of the Federal Capital Territory, go and come back during this festive period. If you're just joining us, that's the size of today's edition of the program. Midday Discourse on Global TV. We took a look at safety to enhance that we go home and come back safely on our daily activities, especially at this period where there will be a lot of. When we come back next time, we'll be looking at the word called Ember period. It is said that this is a period where there is a lot of movement and a lot of crisis too. Road crashes could be also possible. But as human, we can prevent them. And so we embark on campaign to ensure safety throughout this route. This is Midday Discourse on Global TV. And my name is Agbo Clayton Ayuk. Sincerely apologize that we didn't have Mr. Kalu Tise, the Public Relations Officer of Vehicle Inspection Office of Abuja, popularly known as VIO. Enjoy the rest of the day and stay out of problem. Thank you for your time.